Hey guys, this is Yuran Lin, and today we're doing Modern Masters Draft. The draft already started, so I'm just gonna hop right in. We opened up a Reveillark, so I think we have to take that one. Executioner's Capsule is good, but I like 3 for winning. We're not passing too many white cards, so this should be a solid start. I'm excited to get to play with this card. Here we have an interesting choice. I think we're gonna want the Ewit. There's also an Electrolyze in the pack, which is very good, but Ewit sort of fits nicely with our Reveillark. There's also Feud Killer's Verdict, which is a good card, but I think is not as good as Ewit or Electrolyze. I definitely do want to Reveillark into Ewit this game. That sounds pretty sweet. Oops, accidentally clicked on the Feud Killer's Verdict. Yeah, taking the Ewit, and yeah. Hopefully gonna be building a solid white-green deck. I've been drafting Modern Masters a ton this week, and I've been having a ton of fun. I've seen most of these cards before, but have never played with them because I started around Dark Ascension, so yeah, it's been a blast. Okay, so this pack, we have Penumbra Spider, if we're gonna continue the green-white plan. I think I'll just take that one. Nothing else too exciting there. Ooh, here we have Kodama's Research, Search for Tomorrow, or Saltfield Recluse. I don't think Ivory Giant or Otherworldly Journey are picks, even though they're very good. Reach is the better ramp spell, so I'm just gonna take that here. We could turn into a pretty sweet, like 3 or 4 color deck, given our setup. Our first 4 picks don't really constrain us too much. I mean, we're gonna be base green most likely, but yeah, we'll see where we go. Yeah. The thing I really like about this format is how actually most of the cards you pick are very playable. Oh, I think I'm just gonna take the Thallid. That's one of the best Thallids. Tombstalker is sweet, but double green, double black. I don't think I want to be green-black. Yeah, just taking the Thallid. As I was saying, I think, yeah, this set is really fun because a lot of the cards are just really draftable. I'll often open up a pack and find all the cards to be pretty much playable, except for like 1 or 2. And when I'm building the deck, I end up cutting like cards that would otherwise be in other formats, like second picks or third picks, and that's kind of crazy. I'm just going with the Thallid plan, as you can see here. The Thallids I've actually had quite a bit of luck with. It's one of the slower tribes, and if you can't stabilize the board, then things end badly. Especially against a deck like, say, Fairies with Bone Splitters that just kill you on turn 5 or 6. But if you can somehow hold the board state and get a couple of your Thallids out there for a couple turns, you can just Alpha Strike for basically their entire life total once you get the white Thallid, the one that pumps all your Thallid and Saproling tokens. I'm gonna probably take Gleam of Resistance here. Walker's pretty mediocre, and Gleam is actually, I feel, one of the more useful spells. Taking the only green card. Yeah. Gleam, I think, is one of the better land cyclers because it gives +1/+2, which is actually relevant and it untaps all your guys. I think I take Veteran Armorer because I already have a Gleam. And the Armor is actually solid. Helps your other guys dodge removal spells. I guess I'm going with second Gleam. There's a chance we could splash a third maybe 4th color. Recluse went pretty late. That's interesting. I think Otherworldly Journey is going to be better for my deck, though, because I have a ton of fatties, and I don't want them to die. Also sweet with Reveillark and an Ewit, of course. So, late Fairy Mechanist. Maybe Artifacts isn't being drafted too heavily. Rune Stalactite I actually like quite a bit. Not in my deck, but in Giants, you can get a 4/3 Kithkin Greatheart on turn 3, which is always pretty sweet. Ooh, shiny Maelstrom Pulse and a Slaughter Pact. Yeah, there's a couple good Thalids. We get the pale Mycoderm, Pallid Mycoderm. But I think I should take the good removal spell here. Could be wrong, I don't know. Maybe Slaughter Pact is actually the better one. There's always a chance I just get them with the 2 or 3 for 1. Also, not coincidentally, pretty good against Storm, because you can just nuke all their Empty the Warren goblins. But yeah, hopefully one of those Thalids wheels. Right now we just have a bunch of solid cards and sort of a Thalid shell. We have a second Ewit. This looks a lot like our first pack, the pick 2 of our first pack. We have Electrolyze, Ewit, and Feud Killer's Verdict. I'm gonna make the same choice as I made in the first pack. 2 Ewits. That's pretty good with Maelstrom Pulse. If we could get maybe like another removal spell, then the Ewits are just gonna be insane. Especially with the Reveillark there. Oof. Yeah, so far looking pretty good. We just have a ton of really solid cards. This pack is not as good. Selkie, 1/1 with Island Walk. I'm not quite sure what the pick here is. Baloth looks like it could be good, but armor is returned by my Reveillark. Selkie draws cards if they have an island, but I don't know. It seems like more of a sideboard card. I think I'm just going to take the armor because it helps me protect my early game, and having 2 armors is actually much better than having 1 if you have both of them on the field. Wood Reader's there because I need to stabilize in the early game again. I think the pick here is the Ancient because I do want to dedicate my deck to sort of a Thalid strategy, though Penumbra Spider is good. Here I'm just going to take the Germinator. That's one of the most crucial Thalids because it protects your other Thalids from dying. Moldervine Cloak, there's nothing else here, but I'm not sure I should play that main board. Well, we'll see. I don't think I want to take the Scout or anything like that. The Seekers, rather. So, yeah, I guess I'll just go with the Moldervine Cloak. I've not played with the card, but it looks like it's really good. Trompe the Domains. That's one of the key finishers in the Thalid strategy, because you could just overrun and be lethal with only 5 dudes on the board. But I really don't want to pass the white Thalid. That's the other key card in the Thalid strategy. As it looks, I'm maybe not gonna be going like 5's color or something crazy, so I got a second white one. That's good. And well, nothing much in this pack, I guess. Ivory Giant? Maybe I should have taken the Crossing Grip as a sideboard removal spell, though. Yeah, having the 2 Pallid Mycoderms makes it so that my Thalid deck can actually threaten lethal, as opposed to just produce a bunch of 1/1s. There's a chance that maybe I should have taken the Trompe, because Prompt is just such a strong card, and I do have 2 Gleams that I can tutor for lands, but I didn't really know the second Mycotherm was going to get passed to me, so well, I guess we have a Nantuko Shaman. It's a nice card. Don't know if I want to play it, but it does some work. Yeah. And like I said, this game is this particular format is really crazy because the last 4 cards that got passed to me were all like okay cards. Pepper Smoke would be played in any Fairies deck, and Festering Goblin probably in any Goblins deck, but they're just the last couple picks. And Walker is, I think, one of the most mediocre cards in the set, and it's still at worst just a 5 mana 4/4 that maybe is a 7 mana, 8 mana 7/7. That's not really a terrible card, but I would never play it. Okay, so we get a drag down. I don't know. I might play the drag down. It really depends on how much more fixing I get and stuff. But as a 3 mana removal spell that usually does -3/-3, it's really good. Oh wow. Yeah, one of the legendary dragons. I feel like I'm talking about Pokemon. Yeah, nothing else in the pack really stands out. Thundercloud Giant's good, but not in my deck. Wow, that's a huge bomb. Glad I got that one. Rude Awakening. Well, if I get enough ramp, that card is really good, but there's a Path to Exile. This is a tough one. Well, I do have 2 Ewits, Eternal Witnesses, so Path seems like it will be insane in my deck, because I can Ewit into Path. Yeah, Rude Awakening is a very good finisher, though. Very rarely, I think, are you going to Rude Awakening and then not be able to kill them with your 16 power worth of lands minimum. Of course, you would never cast a card just without entwining it. I think I like Imperial Sword better than Search for Tomorrow. It just kills them. Ooh. And we get past a Cloud Goat Ranger. That's really sweet. That's one of the better uncommons. One of the best, actually. And I'm going to take a Sandsower. It's not the most exciting card, but it's really good in Thalids. Maybe I won't be playing the Drag Down. So yeah, we do have a ton of Thalids. I'm going to have to start trimming. Again, I always reach this dilemma of having just too many playable cards. Sometimes I build a deck and I'll have like 30 left, and then I'll have to cut 7 of them. Growth is okay, but I don't know. We'll see. It's a little rough because a lot of these cards I just don't really know exactly how good they are, so I have to do a lot of guessing, and I probably make quite a few mistakes in my picks and my deck building, but you know, what can you do? Kodama's Reach and Search for Tomorrow with the Otherworldly Journey and Incremental Light. I actually think I'm leaning towards the Search because I already have a Kodama's Reach, and being able to cast Search on turn 1 is pretty good. Could be wrong. Maybe Kodama's Reach was the best there. Echoing Courage is another one of those interesting finishers for Thalids. Really, any sort of pump spell is very good with Thalids, but I think I actually have a pretty solid bomb heavy deck that I just want to take another solid Thalid card. Balance Silence is also a consideration. It's not too exciting of a removal spell unless you're playing Rebels, but it's still at arrest. Well, sort of arrest. It doesn't work with abilities. Second Sandsour, maybe? It's an interesting pick. I don't know which one's correct. I'm just gonna take the removal spell. Or, I guess I ran out of time and took the Germinator. That works too. Random number generator made the pick for me. Cool. Yeah, I'm not playing the Recluse, so I'm just gonna hate the Latchkey Fairy. Vivid Grove I will play though. And a late giant Dusk Moth. Dusk Moth. Ugh, pronunciation. I can speak English, I swear. Alright. Maybe the Crozengryph here. Dream Spell or Witches. Just in case someone's fairies. I will take the Tarashi's Grasp though. That's pretty good against artifacts, especially the aggressive affinity-esque builds. Gain some life, kill their dude. All in all, a good deal. The Speller's Capsule I think is better than Crozengryph. Though I could be wrong, of course. Petals of Insight. Yeah. I feel like I'm pretty happy if someone's tapping out for Petals, because that means they are spending their turn 5 not killing me. Yeah, we got some pretty sweet cards in this deck. This was definitely one of the better drafts I've done. What's crazy is I do have a very solid Thalids show, but even besides that, I also have a bunch of just really good cards like Path to Exile and Ewit and Yosei. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So yeah, once again I skipped over the boring mana fixing portions, but we have our deck. I have 8 forests, 7 plains, and a vivid, running only 16 lands because I do have the 2 ramp spells and the 1 Gleam of Resistance main board. Yeah, we have, I think, a very, very strong deck. Ton of solid Thalids and some really sweet bombs. Yeah, let's do this.